sound on my headphones so I can hear what's going on, and so you can't hear my copywritten music and podcasts. Alright, it's a powder day. It's our first proper powder day. So we started a bit later. It's 5:30 in the morning at the moment. There's 3 of us out, so it shouldn't take us long to get through the grooming. With 2 of us it takes maybe 8 hours, so with 3 of us might take 3 or something. Hopefully it'll take 3, because we've got to open as well. I'm just going to do beef up a couple of windrows, because we do still have sort of moderately slim coverage, if you like. So I really want to do a little bit of tracking and just cleaning these windrows out / beefing them up so that they catch a bit of snow. It's meant to snow until about 8 o'clock. So I'll carve up a bit. Gonna go and groom on the other side, and then tidy up whatever I've collected, basically. It's got the tiller in the air right now, as you can probably see on the screen, if you can see the screen from there. If there's no white stream coming out behind the cat, that means that the tiller is not on, or it's up in the air. And I'm in the new 400 Park today. I thought I was going to end up in the Bison, but I was given the option of what I wanted to take, so I thought I'd take this. Still can't winch with it, unfortunately, otherwise I may have gone down and done the winching at the bottom of the mountain. All our winching is down low, basically, which is quite different. Our flat slopes are up top, like this is basically near the top of the mountain, and it's pretty flat. So we've got Stian, he's in the 600 Polar doing the winching down the bottom. We've got Cam, he's a fellow Southern Hemispherian, he's Australian. We don't hold that against him. So he's in the Bison X, he's doing all the free cat stuff, and I'm doing the other free cat stuff that we can do without the winch getting in the way, basically. So he'll do all the chairlift unloads and probably loads. I can do most of the T-bars with this. I've done the T-lines with the winch cats for a few nights, so that's not a problem usually. Plus this thing's got really good visibility for a winch cat as well, so you can get it into some pretty tight places. Although I've done a few days in this thing and I do really like it. I like the blade. Now I'm getting a bit more used to it. I haven't used the winch yet, because it's just every time I've gone to use it, it got damaged very early on. Unfortunately, the cable got damaged and it hasn't been wrapped back on the drum properly. So we're waiting for our mechanic to sort of get onto that, but he's had a few other things to sort out. More important things at this point, because we've already got another winch cat, so we don't need this to be winching. It would be nice to get it winching, but it's not a need yet, unless we severely destroy the other one, in which case we will really need it. But yeah, so there's some pros and cons with this cat, let's put it that way. One of the cons I've found is the lighting package. For some reason the lights behind me are fixed, and the light that usually looks down on the tracks is quite dark, and you can't change the angle of it. So there's my tracks are in a shadow at the moment, I can't really see them. You just see a sort of silhouette of them, which it's not great. Usually when you're turning corners, those lights are what light up your tiller, so you can see where that is and if it's going to hit something as you're turning. And so that's in a shadow as well. It doesn't help that the tiller's completely black. It's black and blue on this, so it's already pretty dark to begin with. But then the other one with the winch, I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but that side where the winch is, or where I keep the winch, there's a light on the mirror there. Now they used to be down at like the base of the mirror, so they were in a bit and sort of pointing out, and the winch, you usually stick the winch just behind the mirror so it's out of the way but it's not overhanging the tracks sort of thing. But where I want the winch boom to sit is right where the light from the new light goes. And I think you could probably adjust it, but yeah, I was just comparing it with the 600. I was trying to work out why that light wasn't any good, and it's simply because it's on the back of the mirror rather than underneath where it used to be. I'm not sure why they did that, but it's probably because these machines generally won't be spec'd with a winch, so it might not have been a consideration. Maybe they didn't test it in the dark very much, I don't know. So there's a rope there. So the downside to it is you either have to have the winch out the side where it's likely to catch a stray tree or a T-bar or something, or you have to have it in further, so on this side of the mirror, which sort of obscures your vision, and you can probably hit it with the blade, which is even worse. You don't really want to hit it with the blade. But that, I mean, it's a minor thing. It's nothing too serious, really. But see, this blade comes up a long way. It's a Park blade, so it comes right up. And yeah, if you move it, like I could hit, if I slew the blade to the right, I will easily hit the boom. So in the other position, if you got it all the way around and you're sort of reversing and lifting your blade up, as people do tend to do, you can quite easily hit the boom. And the mechanic doesn't usually like it when you hit the boom. I'm not speaking from experience, but I get that vibe, you know? Don't hit the boom. Otherwise, yeah, the tiller works really well. Obviously it's got the best joystick in the world. It's actually got a really good stereo, so it's a shame when I'm filming I can't listen to the stereo. It's a small price to pay. So now I might track up the middle and just do one windrow up the middle on my way back. See if this actually drifts while I'm gone. You can see where I've just been there. Windrow's nothing impressive. I don't really want to go digging into the base too much. And this is proper powder snow, so unfortunately powder is not actually that good for making windrows. If you got wet gluggy snow, it's actually much better for building windrows because it stays up, whereas dry powder just sort of, it's like stacking dry sugar. Yeah, I'm going to make my way back across the top access road. I'm probably going to, same thing, lift my tiller and just cut a windrow, probably on that side, seeing as the wind's blowing that way. That'll catch the most snow. Because our access roads do need a bit of beefing up. We've got a base on them, but apparently they usually build them quite thick. And that's not so much because of the winter time, but in the springtime it warms up pretty quick because of our latitude. And that means that obviously snow melts pretty fast, so you want to beef up the base as much as possible. And that particular section gets a lot of wind and sunlight, which just, as we've seen at Mount Buller over their winter, wind and sunshine will eat snowpack up pretty damn fast. I love this joystick for pushing. You really don't have to think about much. It just does what your wrist is doing. I'm going to do an erratic maneuver here. When I come back through here, I'll just eat this windrow or spread it as I go. For those of you that haven't built windrows and randomly carved up slopes, made a mess and then come back and tidied it up. Windrows don't even really have to be that big. On the outside I want them big. Deliberately pushed that one a few nights ago just so it would set up a bit. With this horizontally blowing snow, it's good to have windrows around because they'll start to fill up. Probably come back and the track marks might not even be visible, which is what we want. Oh, that's strong. Need a strong coffee for the first thing in the morning. Drop the tiller here. This should get a good drift on the end of it, I think. Alright, now pop that tiller up again. Open your wings and fly. Sorry, that was lame. Two windrows are good, but that side I think is going to be our catching side, so that's where I'm going to stick the main windrow. So we've got 60 centimeters here, which is, it's basically the minimum cover we really want. Apparently this road's normally got a meter on it for reference. But we have some snow left there still, which we haven't used, so I just haven't really had a chance. I want to do that with the Bison with the steel tracks rather than one of these Pistenbullies with aluminiums. Especially when this is brand new, you don't want to go smashing up the tracks on rocks or whatever. Good drifts in here, that's good. here. So we didn't get a gun in between to make a pile somewhere along here, so this has all just been what we've pushed from other whales. So there's only 30 centimetres on here, between 30 and 40. I don't know, it looks like I'm just pushing it all off, but I'm keeping that 30 to 40. I can feel it with the blade, luckily. Surprising, actually, we got a decent channel through here with the two windrows on either side, and it's not filled in that much. There's a pit in there, don't want to run over that. Don't really need to farm much here. As you can see, that side's actually got quite a lot of man-made snow on it. Nice. Okay. This area, I think, needs to be lifted up completely. Let's see what we can do with that. Looks like that pad's fallen off. I do like where that sits. It is slightly out of the way, but not too out of the way. I seem to be able to find it in the dark. It's like someone actually sat in the machine and drank a coffee and went, where would I want to put that? So there's definitely good things about these machines. I would love to get in amongst actually helping develop these machines to be more operator friendly. Just user friendly in general. The 600 gets it pretty damn good. This is close. It's just a few little niggles, but it's pretty close. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but I just really like these machines. Right, let's see if we can join the dots down here. -1, that's good. Let's turn the heater up. You can see it's just starting to smear a bit on the window, which tells me it might be a little bit too cold on the windshield. This is annoying because I'm not cold, but really, I don't need a blade, I don't think. It's been concrete the last few days, so everything's really flat. It's not like we have a bunch of moguls to clean up or anything. Open my chamber right up. So this is Bursetter, and then there's lower Bursetter down there, and Cam will take care of that. And then there's the hotel slope, which we apparently when it's snowing we do that last because it's the beginner slope and it's right in front of the hotel, so it's kind of, you know, all the hotel guests are getting up in the morning, they see the cats riding around, that gets them hyped, apparently. I mean, I'd be pretty hyped watching the cat doing loops in the morning. Or I'd just be critiquing what they were doing, I don't know. Close. Something about Scandinavia when it's dumping snow. Probably the same in Canada or the United States or something, but they just like the snow and the trees and the warm lighting everywhere. Load area down here. Yep, that's pretty flat too. I mean, it's midweek, it's Wednesday today, so we should start to see more customers next week, I think, pretty much, because it'll be the Christmas holidays. I don't think they've started yet. I don't know when holidays are. I work at a ski resort. The only way we can tell it's a holiday is when it starts getting busy. We just work. But I hazard a guess is next week it's probably going to start getting busy. We're like mid-December now. I don't even know what day it is, what date it is. It's Wednesday, I know what day it is, but as for the date, I have no idea. Where are we? 18th. There you go, next week's Christmas, I suppose. So I would assume it would get busy then. But it's not been too heavily skied because there's, you know, we might have a few hundred people or something during the week when it's not holidays, basically. And then the weekend it'll sort of ramp up. But yeah, this load area's, yeah, that's fine. It's not torn up at all. Still trying to work out a pattern to make this fit in a bit easier. I'm definitely not going to do this every lap. So I'll do a bunch of backups here to try and sort of straighten that up. That's what it looks like when you drive over your own track marks. The downside to the snowfall is that it's meant to warm up today. So basically once we finish, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it's meant to get to +2. So again, not wanting to get too carried away with pushing. I mean, I want to get carried away with pushing. Who doesn't love pushing? But yeah, you've got to protect your base if it's going to get warm. It's really nice to see these temperatures cool down and stay cool, but I don't seem to have that level of luck at the moment.